Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister and asks, does he stand by...
Order. I'm sorry, but the level of interjection coming from all corners of the House is too much. Would the member please start his question again?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister and asks, does he stand by all his statements regarding government policy?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Should New Zealanders believe his statements that the asset sales wouldn't cost more than 2% of the sale proceeds, or should they believe Treasury figures which show that the cost of selling Mighty River Power was twice that much?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Should New Zealanders believe his statement on Campbell Live that under his new law the GCSB would not have access to the content of New Zealanders' communications, or should they believe his subsequent statements that the GCSB would be able to read their emails?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.
Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Should New Zealanders believe his statement that the Auditor-General's investigation of the Sky City deal vindicated his government, or should they believe the Auditor-General herself, who said that the process was neither transparent nor even-handed?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Should New Zealanders believe his statement that the Henry inquiry had ministers' permission to examine their email records, or should they believe Judith Collins' statement that at the Privileges Committee that the Henry inquiry did not have permission to read her emails?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Should New Zealanders believe his statement that he won't confirm whether the GCSB receives funding from the US government, or should they believe this cable from the US Embassy showing that the NSA has funded a position within the GCSB?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Given those answers in all their fulsomeness, why does he think that the credibility of his statements has fallen to a point where, according to the latest polls, only 23% of New Zealanders believe that he tells the truth?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, I don't.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Does it concern him that fewer than 1 in 4 New Zealanders believes that what their Prime Minister tells them is the truth?
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the member's wrong in his decision.
Supplementary question, Dr. Russell Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When the Prime Minister said it's been fun fighting red zone landowners in court over compensation after an earthquake, does he think it's been fun for them?
Right, Honourable Prime
Mr.
Minister.
Speaker, no.
Question. Order. Question number 3, Grant Robertson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Is he